What it do, flight crew? FTC. Flight team stand up! Why you lie is July. We got Legends Productions. June 2025 flight stats. I know he couldn't wait to upload this. Shocking. Let's check it out.
What's good, YouTube? Today I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be analyzing June flights 1v1s. Of course, this is the 5th straight year that I've done this type of video, so I want to thank you guys for keeping this series alive. Just like the other videos, I'll be breaking down June flights game, his 1v1 record, his stats, and his
highlight
shot
tape
chart
right here
with all his makes and misses. Then at the end of the video, I'll be comparing this June flight to the past years to see how much he has improved. The stats in this video will shock you, so without further ado, let's get into it. First, let's talk about June Flight's overall game this year. Offensively, Flight improved tremendously at the rim. He decided to play more off 2 feet, which worked in his favor. He was way more controlled and even developed a nice step through. He got a lot of people in the air since they were all going for the block. Also, Flight had a nice setup with the hesitation that allowed him to explode and quickly gather himself at the rim. It did look like Flight gained some muscle since he was finally leaning into the contact. However, something that Flight needs to improve is his pace. At times, he plays way too fast, which results in easy missed layups. He needs to know when to slow down and stop making his shots harder than they need to be. The potential and improvement are there, but it's those plays that make the difference and decide a game. Also, Flight needs to stop being too predictable. There were many instances where the defense already knew what he was going to do before he even did it.
Last year, June flight. You wish.
That's when the basketball IQ comes in. He needs to adjust just like the defense is doing and learn how to counter his shots. Now, when it came to his jump shot, Flight was very inconsistent. At times, he showed glimpses of a proper form, but then he will go on rough stretches. For example, when he played Kenny, Flight started the game 3-for-4 from downtown.
Bro, that was crazy.
His follow-through looked great and he had the right shooting motion. However, due to his poor stamina, he missed the next 4 consecutive threes. These shots were all rushed and some even way too far. Flight needs to stop relying so heavily on his 3. Later in the shot chart, you're gonna notice that a good majority of Flight's misses were deep 3s. That type of shot selection cost him a very winnable game against Kenny. At some point, Flight just needs to lay off the dud pack. You saw how much it affected Cash, so if Flight can just lock in for a month, he's going to have the energy to win games. That's also gonna prevent more airballs, as in this June, Flight averaged roughly an airball per game. It's the little things that are going to make the difference between winning and losing a tight game. Lastly, let's talk about Flight's defense. Just like his offense, there were signs of him actually using his size. However, he did have a hard time contesting jumpers. He plays way too far back, and by the time he puts his hands up, he's way too late. Also, he gets blown by way too easily. Guys like Julian Newman had a field day against Flight, and it all starts with his defensive stance. He's literally standing up on defense and for the millionth time, stop doing this football move. It's never worked and it's only going to put you on the wrong side of the highlight. There's literally no way you can guard someone with your back turned. This was probably Flight's worst attribute this June, and it all ties to stamina. Once Flight can improve that, he's going to finish games strong.
Worst attribute is stamina.
Alright. Let's talk about June Flight's 1v1 record and stats from this year. In June of 2025,
there's an asterisk mark on the 1v1 records for June this year, bro. Like, niggas was injured, bro. Like, I could have literally not played not one single ones, bro.
I played a total of 7 1v1 games, and I'm
we're not counting the other 2 Julian Newman games. Come on, Legends, man. We played 5 1v1s, bro. We're not counting those other 2 games.
This includes all 3 games that he played.
No! We only counting the Julian Newman game that was uploaded to the main channel, bro. Bro, like, that was just a lookout for Newman. I wasn't trying in this game. This doesn't count.
With that in mind, Flight didn't win a single game this June and had a record of 0-7.
Bro, those 2 Julian Newman games do not count. Come on, Legends. Yo, take those 2 games off. That doesn't count on my record, bro. Come on,
His
man.
losses came against Julian Newman 3 times, Jeffrey Bowie, Kenny Shao, Adrian Harden, and Cash Nasty. His worst overall game was easily against Julian Newman in the first game they played. In that game, Fly got skunked 13-0.
No, I didn't! Bro, yo, come on, bro. Like, this shit dead ass is pissing me off, bro. Like, bro, you're not even acknowledging the main channel game. This doesn't count. This game doesn't count.
0-4 from the field. Now, despite Fly losing every game, he still had some decent shooting performances. His best game stat-wise was against Julian Newman in the third game they
Bro,
played.
no! This game was the first game! Bro, this game was the first game, bro. Bro, this game was the first game, bro. Come on, stop doing that. This game was the first game.
Fly shot 53% from the field and had 9 points in a really close battle. Now, if you want to see the rest of the stats from the other games, it is on the screen right now, and feel free to pause the video.
Damn, I shot 53% in the Newman game.
If you want to see it. Anyways, to conclude this section of the video, Flight had a June record of 0-7, and when you combine this with his all-time record, Flight is now 24-128. Just to give you guys a quick rundown, Flight was 24-128.
Bro, how is that possible? You're just making up numbers at this
All-time
point, bro.
record, Flight is now 24.
Bro, you're literally making up numbers, my nigga. There's no way I played these many 1v1s in the past years, man. Bro, 24-128. Nobody believes this shit. Come on.
128. Just to give you guys a quick rundown, Fly was 23-112 by the end of last June. He also lost to Jesser, Sack TTG, Dino B Balling, Ray twice, Dreek TJ, Silky.
What do you mean Ray twice? We played one time.
And 112 by the end of
Bro, you're counting like side 1v1s.
June. He also lost to Jesser, Sack TTG, Dino B Balling, Ray twice, Dreek TJ, Silky, Jason DeWeen, and DDG this year. He only got 1 win since then, as he beat possibly the worst hooper I've ever seen in Shino. Those 9 losses, as well as the 7 from this June, make the 23-112 record go up to 24-128. I don't even know what to say at this point.
Oh my gosh! Yo, close the scrolls!
1v1 stats from this year. In the 7 games that I researched, Flight attempted a total of 112 shots from the field and made 35 of them, which results in a 31 total field goal percentage. From 3, Flight attempted 40 shots and only made 8 of them, which results in a 20 3-point field goal percentage. Now let's take a look at June Flight's shot chart for 2025. Compared to the previous years, there are not as many shots attempted, but it's still worth breaking down. As you see, Flight was pretty efficient around this right block.
Bro.
This is
Look at that right there. Yeah, that's
where
the hot
most
spot.
of those 2-foot finishes came from. However, like I said earlier, Fly shot way too many deep threes. Yes, he made some, but the percentages showed that he wasn't consistent. And last but not least, Fly shot terribly in both corners. In fact, he went.
Bro, it's crazy because, bro, the corners, I make those in the warm-ups, but they just don't fall. Bro, we made one in the 3-point contest. Or 2. We made like 3 in a row one time.
Just develop some type of mid-range game. He's going to be more efficient.
Mid-range.
Now, with that being said, let's compare this June Flight to 2024 first. As you see, Flight.
Oh my gosh! Bro, like I had, bro! On an injured Flight, I played damn near almost 2 times better than last June. Yo! Yo, June, this one was not that bad, especially being injured. Bro, I shot 20% from 3. I shot 12% from 3 last June, bro. And mind you, I had more games, so I had more opportunities to knock down more threes. Yo, that actually surprised me. I thought you
went up
clickbaited.
by 6%, and his 3 went up by 8%. Obviously, there's still a lot more work to do, but it's still improvement. Now, in comparison to the other years, this stands out as the most efficient one. 2020.
Wow! Oh! Yo! Nah, bro. Yo, at this point, if you don't say that we're approving, bro, like, I just don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, come on. You're just like, bro, this is amazing, bro. Look at the improvement. This is the best shooting efficient year we've ever had. Now, in 2023, we did have the highest three-point percentage field goals. Damn, I had 7% in 21.
23 is close to the 3-point percentage, but 2025...
Bro, crazy thing is, bro, if I would have knocked down at least 2 threes in the cash game, bro, I would have had the best, literally every percentage right here, bro. Like, how do I, like I said, it's still haunting me. I make 14 warm-up threes. Come time in the game, I don't make 1 3, bro.
Has the better total field goal percentage. Obviously, the sample size was smaller and with no wins to back it up, but that's what Flight was able to provide this June. Apparently, he had a quote-unquote grade 1 calf strain.
Yes.
Hey guys, now this part right here is where I suffered a devastating injury.
Thank you for having the receipts in there. Thank you for having the receipts.
A grade 1 calf strain. Per doctors, they said I should lay off of it about 1 to 3 weeks, but hey, it's June!
So hopefully Flight can heal up. And that pretty much concludes this video. Now we know how 2025 June Flight performed in comparison to previous years. His finishing definitely improved, but his shot and defense need to be better. Flight finished this June averaging 6 points per game while shooting 31% from the field and 20% from 3. But what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on June Flight this year? What overall will you give him? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Also, let me know if you guys want me to run back the ones with Flight and also play cash. I know a lot of you have been asking for the ones, so let me know. I hope everyone has a great day. Peace out.
Who's taking that rematch if we ever play again? All right, man. Yo, this shot chart actually genuinely shocked me. This was actually pretty good. By stats, right here with the receipts, this is the most efficient June year, and I was injured, bro. Come on, give me credit for where I just